They made this mouse too much like a Superlight. What I mean by that is that they accidentally copied a flaw from the Superlight. Apart from that, for a mouse that you can get for as low as $28 if you get the pink colorway, but I think it's like $30 for the white and $35 for the black, it's very good. Now let's get into some of the specs of this mouse. It comes with a PAW3395 Pro sensor, which means it's one of the best budget mouse sensors that you can possibly get. Only 1,000 hertz polling rate. So this is kind of like your original Superlight or some other entry-level Logitech mouse, which is still around $100. So it is around about $70 discount from those crazy Logitech prices. Now, I will say right off the bat, the plastic is that same kind of budget feel. It's a little bit more abrasive than the Logitech smooth plastic that feels great in your hand. However, it is a little bit closer to that higher quality plastic feel than most budget mice. Now, the shape is damn near identical to a Superlight. I have one, I compared it to it. Absolutely identical. There's only a few things on this mouse that have been moved around, like where the buttons are and the fact that it has a Bluetooth module and the fact that the LED is on the front here. Overall, it feels damn near identical to a Logitech Superlight. Now, this thing weighed in at about 57 grams without the dongle, without the tray, and that is lighter than my Superlight 2. It is more than the 55 gram advertised weight. However, it is within their plus or minus 3 gram tolerance, which, come on, when is it ever going to be minus 3 grams, guys? It's Attack Shark. We already know they like fudging their numbers a little bit on the weights. So yeah, I tried this out for a few games. I was doing great. I actually really like these feet. They aren't very scratchy, but they are definitely worse than the aftermarket feet that I put on my Logitech Superlight. Now, I wonder if Logitech Superlight feet would work on this mouse. I can't test that, but I'm sure someone out there knows. Now, the software was pretty run-of-the-mill for Attack Shark, pretty run-of-the-mill for a budget mice. It's the same exact settings that you adjust in all PAW Pixart sensors. I set the lift-off distance to 1mm, turned all the filters off, and I just ran it at 1600 DPI, which is my favorite DPI, and it worked really well. Swiping it fast was very, very responsive and did not spin out, and also the lift-off performance was good. It wasn't spinning out when I would lift. All around felt like my Logitech Superlight. Now, the buttons on this mouse have a little bit more pre-travel, so that means that even though you feel like you're clicking, I think it takes a little bit more force or a little bit more travel until the button actually actuates, which may delay your shots a little bit compared to the Superlight, but this might not be a bad thing if you're used to heavier actuating mouse clicks, just something to consider. The side clicks are pretty much run-of-the-mill as well, but they also do have that long actuation issue compared to the Superlight. It just takes a little bit longer to press. This is not a huge issue, guys, but it's just something that I noticed after playing in-game and comparing them. Now, if this was my only frame of reference, I would never even consider that. Now, I did mention that there was one issue that was prevalent on the Superlight that is also prevalent on this, and that is the fact that the mouse scroll wheel does jump now and then, and I feel it like it jumps maybe a little bit more than my Superlight does. The Superlight actually went ahead and fixed this issue by adding anti-mouse jump feature where it prevents your scroll from inputting. They do some weird magic, right? Because I am a scroll jumper. This might not completely apply to you, but the scroll does randomly go off sometimes on these Superlight designs. I don't really know why, but this one does have that flaw. Sometimes the scroll does jump. Now, you can play around this and you can get it to never jump. You just have to be very careful that you don't get the scroll in an in-between state where it kind of just jumps on its own. I think that's how it happens. It kind of gets stuck in between ridges, and then maybe you just click really hard and then it lets go and jumps. No anti-jump in the software. The Logitech has that. Now, again, this is a $30 mouse, and it is $5 more expensive than my Vixie R1 SE Plus and $5 more expensive than the Burstinger Claw. Now, folks, I do think this is actually a better mouse, and it's just because I love the Superlight. People don't like the shape on it, but I love it. It has a better sensor. It has the Pro 3395 by Pixar. So if you're paying an extra $5 and you get a better sensor, you should go for it, okay? I got all the way to 25,500 with this mouse. I played a ton of Premier games and I was doing great, top fragging in most of them. My aim score actually went up with this mouse. Now hold your horses, guys. I know why it happened. Because it has a little bit more delay in the click, right? So not like actual electronic delay. I think the physical delay of pushing it slowed down my shot because I have a problem with me not counter strafing enough before I take my shot. It's just an issue with my play style. So this mouse actually slowed down my shot, which actually increased my aim score. Now this isn't very scientific, but I'm standing behind that claim. I think this mouse improved my aim score a little bit just because it was delaying my shot a bit. Now obviously, I would adjust to this mouse over time and I'd start shooting a lot faster anyways. So that's just a moot point. Just another thing to prove that the clicks are maybe microscopically delayed on this mouse compared to the Superlight. Now again, this torches in high rank. So if you're anything below a pro, this will absolutely be a great mouse for you to use. And if you were looking at a Superlight or you tried your friend's Superlight and you really like the shape, this is literally a clone of that, okay? It basically functions the same as a Superlight. I mean, just look at it. It's literally the same. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have another budget keyboard, a very expensive keyboard, and I will be reviewing more mice. And then I have a great plan. I will be doing Amazon roundup videos where I take the most performant products out of my lineup of videos and I compare them head to head. And I'll retest some of them, compare them, and make a nice little video where you guys will get the full picture on what to buy. I also want to draw some more new viewers into the channel, some people that might be drawn to those type of videos so they can see, and then if they choose to, they can see my more detailed reviews on the product one by one. But yeah, I want to just experiment with more formats. So leave a comment below if you want to see any different format for the videos or any products that you want me to review. Make sure to subscribe and like the video and turn on the notification bell. Peace, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video.